Hey folks, my name is Pravus, and welcome to more Plague Inc. Evolved custom scenarios. Today we're going to try out a new scenario that came out recently called Dark Harvest by Terra, with a little heart, or less than 3, you decide. In the rural heartlands of a small isolated country, a mysterious virus begins to spread. Humans start showing off symptoms dubbed a necrovirus. It reanimates the host as mindless zombies. So okay, we know how this works. Governments struggle to maintain the control, scientists race against time. In Dark Harvest, players must strategically manage the spread of the necrovirus, balancing the need to infect new hosts with the necessity of keeping the undead under control. Now, I'm curious how the scenario is going to be different from the normal necrovirus, because that's always true, right? Spreading the disease and trying to get as spread as you can before raising the dead, right? Where's that balancing act? The trick being, by the way, even on Mega Brutal difficulty, which I will use here, there is no balance. Just get the zombies as fast as you can. That's always the better way to go. Like, just always. At least in a normal base game. We will find out in this scenario if something has changed. An isolated country is Japan? I don't know about that one, but okay, that's, sure, fine, all right, what do we got here? So for transmissions, we have the zoonotic shift, we have blood, we have saliva, we have segmented genome, that's all normal. Mysterious circles, that is different. Mysterious crop circles begin to appear in random countries. I guess it is called Dark Harvest, so okay, sure, why not? Some crops have some circles in them for our harvesting, that's fine. Looks like we have our normal insomnia, and we have our hypersalivation, and then we have our other drug resistance and so on. All right, so only one new thing that I'm seeing so far. This is always the thing that scares me whenever I jump into some of these scenarios for you guys, because I know there's still quite an appetite for a lot of Plague Inc. content, and I'm normally happy to provide, but I'm finding increasingly that as kind of the hype around this game has, continued to wane after the cure mode came out, there's a lot of scenarios that crop up that are basically just reskins of the original with like almost no changes at all. And it is distressing, to say the least, because like I want to show you really creative stuff. I remember the days of Indigo Phoenix and the truly creative content. That's what I want more of, but it does seem like that's harder and harder to find these days. I'm gonna go for the Mysterious Circles. I mean, it's a Spore Burst, so I'll go ahead and pick that sucker up. I'm not really worried about not getting into islands and stuff now. We'll be able to move our zombies around later. So I feel, well, we got Greenland anyway, so I feel like we might as well pick some of these up. It's getting like enough DNA to pay for itself, and it just helps me spread the disease a little bit faster. So I think that's fine. I will go for a level of drug resistance since we started in Japan, and since we appear to be in a lot of wealthy nations. That does make sense. And I could go for saliva, but normally what you want to do is just go ahead and beeline down toward the reanimation. So I'll get gastroenteritis for the infection rates. Cannibalism is going to be good for us. Severity and infectivity, that is the most important. We got cannibalism for free. All right, people already start. I didn't even have to tell them to start eating each other. They just did that because they wanted to. So there's the cytopathic reanimation. This is the thing to rush for. Like, oh, you gotta build up your disease. This isn't the Shadow Plague, all right? Just don't worry about it. Go ahead and get the freaking zombos as fast as you can. That is typically the rule of what you want to go for. So now we're starting to reanimate the dead. We got anaerobic resuscitation for free. Well, that's nice. So that's a bit of extra lethality and severity from the zombos, just like that. I like what I'm seeing there. We do still need some infection. That is important, but generally speaking, as the zombies get around and bite people, we're going to be spreading a lot more effectively that way now. Plus, we get the lethality and stuff. It's pretty good. Hey, here's something new. Okay, what is this? Strength boosts. Increase the strength of your zombies. Spelled correctly here, misspelled down here. How did this happen? Explain. Also, is that a parrot or a macaw or something on a stick? What is that supposed to be? I've got no idea. All right, whatever. That's where we're going with. Oh, we have something else here. Grave Stalker. Reanimated corpses become highly aggressive and mobile, actively seeking out and attacking new hosts. They should already be doing that. If they're not, they're slacking, but okay. Psychosis, autophagia. We could go for a bit more transmission here. We could also just go ahead and get into some more circles. I'll go ahead and pick that up. Get me into a few new countries. All right, now we're in the Americas. That does help a little bit. So we got a bit of a spread in a few different locations. It's nice. Not much of a presence in Europe, which is a little bit surprising, but okay. We'll work with it. Getting a handful of zombies, getting a bunch of dead. We need to boost up, let's say, how many people are going to get infected. That would be great. Extra strength could be nice. Horde instinct usually makes sense to go ahead and pick that up early. For some reason, this appears to be busted again, where you're able to go for all 3 levels. I find that this does also happen sometimes with scenario creators, where they don't actually correctly gate this. They gate it once, like you pick this up and then all 3 are available. No, pick it up so you get this, then it goes to 1, then to 2, then to 3. They don't all get gated by the same mechanic, right? Little things like that, not a big deal. It's just like, it's there. I'm going to go ahead and pick up Gravestalker because it does seem pretty decent. Enhanced motor control will be very good in urban environments. The more severity we pick up, generally speaking, the better my zombies are going to be. A little bit of infectivity sounds tempting, but I don't think I really need it, if I'm honest. I do like going for autolytic decay early. This slows down the decomposition of your zombies, because over time, your zombies naturally become useless. Keeping them around longer means more people can get infected. More people infected means more zombies. More zombies means win the game faster. I'm going to go ahead and move some people over to, I guess, Korea, just to go ahead and get this infected, and then we'll go to China. Got a few bubbles popping up over here. You can see we've already hit critical mass in Argentina. So that's good. Do we go for the strength, or do I go for other things? What else do we have here? That's normal. Lumbrical hypertrophy, adrenal surge, masticatory tension, all very normal things down here. So not as much new content as I might have liked. I don't think the segmented genome... I mean, I'd say that. The extra mutation chance is actually pretty nice. It is, because it can get you all things that are definitely useful for your zombies every single time. That said, let's go for some strength. And there's another strength boost, again, misspelled down there. I'm not really worried about getting another ability. That's not important right now. The extra speed is usually nice to get. We can go for drifting fermentation for ocean speed. We can go for dyskinetic movement. I'm not really worried about any of that right now, I think. Yeah. Let's just hold off for a second, save a few points. We're getting around. Where else can we go? I want to get into, I guess Colombia's fine. Where else? Let's get into Southeast Asia. Let's continue spreading around in Africa. Spend a lot of my points just moving things around, right? We infect new countries, we get points back. It basically pays for itself, but now we've infected new regions, and as we continue infecting new regions, guess what happens? More zombies, and we start hitting critical mass in a bunch of different places. Like, this can only end up being good for me. This is why it is not really worth worrying about the disease too much in this game. I am going to go ahead and pick up the segmented genome. I don't know, let's just play with it for a second. Let's have a little bit of a risk, right? Let's find out if that works. Get into the USA. Now, here's the tricky part, right? ZCOM just got activated in China. Okay. That admittedly is a problem. That's where you need to have as much, a lot of zombies, but as much severity and stuff as is possible. That's where it's worth having these things. So let's go for the enhanced motor control and the peptide surge. Lots of severity there, just means very effective zombies. Not worried about going to China quite yet. I just want to infect every country in the world, then we can start thinking about how we're going to deal with this. We're already in Australia, but we're not really getting any zombies there, so I can't move them. They want to set up some new bases. This is the trickiest part. Are we going to be able to get enough zombies in place where we can deal with this? Getting strength level 2 would probably help quite a lot. Argentina's been destroyed. All right. Where are you guys going? Are you going to, like, Italy or something? You might be going to Italy. Go ahead and set up a presence. That's exactly where they went. Let's go ahead and pick that up real quick. I want to grab strength level 2. The stronger this is, the better. They're going to start killing off my zombies, but right now it looks like we may have hit enough critical mass in Italy that they can't deal with me, so we are still winning that. So that's good. Let's make sure we go to places like New Zealand. I don't want to forget about them. Let's make sure we get to Madagascar. Doing fine. Hit the new countries. Keep getting those free points. We did get some extra power, so that's nice. Yep, the zombies are building up in numbers in Italy, so we're doing fine there. Another level of strength? Sure, why not? Seems fine. Faster movement? Meh. I mean, it's okay. It's not strictly necessary. Acidic reflux? Sure. Pick that up. Nausea mortis? Adrenal surge? I'll go for the sensory integration. Yeah, I don't feel like much of this is too different from what I'm used to seeing here. Might be wrong on that. It just feels semi-normal. Let's get into Sweden. I want to infect Paradox Interactive. Let's get into... Why can't I click on this? There we go. Philippines. Let's get into New Guinea. That's all the points that I've got to start. We are killing nations, which means we are now starting to have starving zombies, but it also means we're getting a nice little influx of extra power. The next thing we want to start worrying about is getting massive amounts of zombies. So I need to get to things like horde vocalization. Tiny numbers of zombies is great at the beginning of the game just to infect countries, but now, a nuclear attack in Japan, that's have you no shame? Have you no shame at all? Yeah, but now we need to start having lots of people attacking. So if I go for, let's say, in the millions of zombies, China is actually still... You know what? I don't even know if we need to move any zombies into China. Their numbers are growing right now. That's interesting. Well, we're going to help him out anyway. India, invade. Southeast Asia, invade. Millions of zombies. There we go. That should be enough to truly get that critical mass up and running. So every country has been infected, so unless something really weird happens, this should be GG. I don't think that there's anything that China can do against us. Yeah, they're very, very dead. So now we'll just go ahead and help out any countries that are taking a long time to die. Go ahead and do things like that. Central Europe should be fine. Weird that Greenland didn't change color, but everyone has been infected, so I know that's fine. There's only a handful of people left in the planet that are not dead, and... well, where are they left? It's all in New Zealand. Australia! Invade the Kiwis! You've always wanted to do this. There we go. And we win. Easy. See, and that's the necrovirus. Like, oh, it's mega brutal. It's so hard. No, it's not. No, it's not. Necrovirus is easy. Balance the disease. No, don't balance the disease. Get the gosh dang zombies. You do that, and you use them properly and micro them around, and you have enough severity to start with. You gain all your points back pretty much every time you move between countries. So it costs you nothing. You get the entire world infected, and then as long as the zombies are there, like as long as there's a single zombie, eventually the entire nation will fall. As long as you get things like the reanimation, or rather the decay composition reduction, right? That kind of stuff. So overall, 342 days, 14% cure progress, 75,102 points. Not even my best score technically, but it is enough for 3 stars. As far as the scenario goes, it only added in like 2 or 3 new things. It had a misspelled strength, it had grave runners, stealers, whatever that was, and then circles. So it technically just made what was already a fairly easy Mega Brutal scenario easier. I'll say yes in the sense that I want to be encouraging to the people creating the scenario, but like this is one of those things where what I want to see is a lot more creativity, right? I hate harping on that too much, but I really feel like if I'm going to continue doing more Plague Inc. content on this channel, and I always want to, that's what I'm looking for. Something innovative, something new. Don't just reskin what already existed. Don't just add one new thing. Change it up. Run with an idea. Even if it doesn't work, run with it, right? The worst thing that happens is like no one plays it. Okay. Fine, at least you gotta have fun, at least you did something that was different and you can be proud of that. Thank you all very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If so, I would ask you to hit that like button, leave a comment, subscribe, make sure you hit that notify bell, and I will see you guys next time.